The Fourth Way by P.D. Ouspensky, Chapter 13. And remember, all the questions are put forth by Ouspensky, and the answers are given by Gurdjieff. Question: is false personality a kind of mask? Answer: people wear one kind of a mask or another, and they believe exactly that they are like this mask, when in reality they are quite different. Each of us has several masks, not one. Observe your own masks and other people's masks, and try to realize that in different circumstances you have different masks, and notice how you change them, how you prepare them, and so on. Everybody has masks, but begin with your own. Never study masks, so we must study them. It's very useful. Very often we begin to acquire masks at a very early age. Even as school children, we wear one mask with one teacher and another mask with another teacher. Question: is it a kind of self-protection or is it imitation? Answer: it is a kind of self-protection, and yet not only that, sometimes, as you say, it has to do with imitation. You can see 50 or sometimes 500 people wearing the same mask. Question: if you took off the mask, what would you find underneath? Answer: it is not so easy. You will find that behind this mask there is another mask, or if you do not work, it cannot be taken off. It grows to the face. But if you work, the mask is not necessary at all, and without it, life becomes much easier. There is less lying. Question: isn't a mask sometimes an ideal? When one lives up to it, sometimes it makes you appear better than you really are. Answer: sometimes better. That is why I said it is not only a protection. You see, we want to know ourselves. When we find something in ourselves that we do not know, we have to study it. We think we know ourselves, and now we find that all we know is masks, and that masks change. What they are, how they come, what their purpose is, that is another question. We have to study masks themselves, not the theory of masks. We always try to escape into theories. Theories are safe. Question: is it possible to see false personality as a whole? Answer: it is possible, but not at once. It is necessary to work, to study it in yourself and in other people, and then, little by little, you will see it as a whole. But for a long time you will see only one side or another side. Even that is better than nothing, but you must realize and never forget that it is there. That is the first aim of schools. If false personality remains on top, you cannot have anything. It will take everything to itself. Question: about different voices. I notice that my voice changes with different emotions in different people. Answer: who has ears to hear can hear many changes of voice. Every center, every part of center, every part of center has a different voice, but few people have the ears to hear them. For those who can hear it is easy to distinguish many things. For instance, if you speak the truth, it is one voice. If you lie, it is another voice. If you base things on imagination, yet another. It is quite unmistakable. Question: do you mean the intonation? Answer: yes, and also the actual sound of the voice. If you train yourself to listen, the emotional center can hear the difference. Question: you spoke about the possibility of a wrong separation. What did you mean by that? Answer: suppose I call everything I, like I, and everything I dislike, Ouspensky. It would be a wrong separation. From the I from which I observe a point, it has no material existence. It is only the embryo from which I can grow. It gives the material existence. I give. Oh, let me read that again. I think I read that wrong. Answer. Suppose I call everything I like I, and everything I dislike Ouspensky. It would be a wrong separation. The I from which I observe is a point. It has no material existence yet. It is only the embryo from which I can grow. From which I can grow it. I give it material existence. I'm not understanding this last sentence. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Let me try again. The I from which I observe is a point. It has no material existence yet. It is only the embryo from which I can grow it. I give it material existence. It would be wrong. Question. Should not some weight be given to it? Answer. Yes, but only in relation to the work. Who remembers the aim, who wants to work is I. The rest is Ouspensky. Question. I feel I have nothing in me I can trust. If I get a moment of understanding, false personality seems to take it, and the part of me that understood is gone. What can I trust? This feeling that one cannot trust oneself comes at different moments in the work, as a delusion, as an excuse, or it comes in the real form. But this is later on. At present, it is realization of mechanicalness. For work, a certain time, a certain persistence are necessary. Now, you must do what you can with the time. You will be able to measure, with time you will be able to measure the results of your work. Question. Is vanity an essential of false personality? Answer. It is one of the features of false personality in one or another sense. In some people it may be the chief feature, and then it is very obvious and visible. But very often these features are behind other things and do not show themselves. Question. If work against false personality is a process, does it mean that one can go up and down? Answer. Yes. And you must understand in yourself the power and the magnitude of false personality. Then you will understand that very often people have nothing else. Or even if they have some possibility, it is quite outweighed by false personality. False personality decides everything. In ordinary life, false personality controls every moment, except perhaps moments when one reads or thinks of something. But when one works, a magnetic center begins to grow. Sometimes it happens that false personality may disappear for 10 or 15 minutes and give magnetic center a chance to manifest itself. That is how false personality disappears. It does not entirely disappear. It just goes away for a time. This is what we must try to do, to make it disappear for a time.